My name is Beatrice Dupuy. I'm in the Department of French and Italian. I'm also the newly appointed co-director of CERCLL, the Center for Educational Resources in Culture, Language and Literacy. And talking about the mission of CERCLL, its primary mission is to provide resources to the educational community and primarily K-12 teachers in terms of providing them with materials that come out of our projects, as well as technology tools, and also workshops for professional development.
So I'm Linda Waugh, and I'm co-director of the center, CERCLL, along with Beatrice Dupuy, who is the other co-director. I'm also chair of the program, an interdisciplinary program in second language acquisition and teaching, otherwise known as SLAT, and it's a graduate program for doctoral candidates. I'm also a professor, and I have a joint appointment in terms of my teaching between the French department and the English department. And then I have affiliations with other departments at the university. Well, it came to be because we knew about these centers because there are other centers around the United States. And maybe I'll just say briefly that they're National Foreign Language Resource Centers. They're funded through the Department of Education in Washington in a particular program that's for this purpose on language resource centers. The essential purpose is to get more Americans to learn foreign languages, and in particular to learn languages that aren't as commonly taught, not languages like French or Spanish, but what's called the less commonly taught languages. And the point is to develop teachers so that they can teach the languages, to develop pedagogies that are more innovative and make it interesting to learn, use technology in innovative ways in language learning and language teaching, and to really make the language learning experience one that will make people really excited about learning languages and more successful in learning languages. I think we all know that some of the older techniques of learning languages really didn't work. People would say they took 4 years of French in high school and they could only speak 2 words, that sort of thing. And we really want to make it so that people really know the languages afterwards, and they're excited about it, and they will continue with it, and they'll tell other people about it, and there will be more people then involved in language learning in the US. And especially languages that aren't the normal ones, because with our global society, with the US so involved all over the world, people need to learn languages that are in all the various parts of the world, and where the United States can really have people who know something about not only the languages, but the cultures. And I think there is where the particular way in which we think about our center becomes important, because there are 15 of these centers around the United States, each one with its own focus. And ours is on combining language learning with culture and with literacy. That is, being able to read authentic texts in the language. So we stress not just learning grammar and vocabulary and how to pronounce the language, but also something about the culture or cultures that language is associated with, because language is very much embedded in culture, and culture is very much embedded in language. And then also we stress learning how to read in the language, because oftentimes when people are learning another language, they get to a point where they really can only read very simple texts. And yet, if you're going to really understand another language and another culture and different peoples around the world, you have to be able to read the text that they read. And if you're interested in what's going on, you should be able to read the newspaper. should be able to read some of the literature that they produce, and then other kinds of documents. And so we combine then language learning with cultural aspects of language and then the literacy aspects of language learning.